The indigenous peoples of the Americas and the Moors were interchangeably linked in the early colonial period, particularly in 1621, when European powers encountered groups that did not fit their rigid Baturco racial classifications. Many indigenous tribes along the eastern seaboard, particularly those with a rich trading history, bore striking cultural and linguistic similarities to Moorish. Peoples who had long engaged in transatlantic trade led to confusion among European colonizers. Rather than acknowledge the historical ties between these groups, colonial powers began systematically reclassifying them. Many Moors and indigenous peoples who resisted colonial rule were stripped of their sovereign identities and labeled as Negroes or blacks, forcibly separating them from their noble and free status. This process was not merely an act of renaming, but a strategic erasure designed to sever them from their land, culture, and legal standing, effectively relegating them to chattel slavery under colonial rule. By 1774, European colonial nations intensified this racial reclassification, using terms such as Negro, black, and colored as legal designations to strip indigenous and Moorish-descended peoples of their national and tribal identities. This reclassification continued into the 20th century,
culminating in 1988 when Jesse Jackson
popularized the term African American, further disconnecting these groups from their indigenous and Moorish heritage. The shift to African American was not simply a matter of self-identification, but a deliberate move that aligned with the U.S. government's efforts to reinforce a singular narrative of African displacement while erasing the historical presence of Moors and Aboriginal Americans. This renaming acted as a final layer.
Land, sovereign lineage. He taught that these labels were not only inaccurate, but were designed to strip people of their birthrights, nationality, and connection to their true history. He emphasized the importance of self-knowledge, stating, "If I could get you to think, you'll save yourself." This profound teaching underscored the necessity of introspection and mental liberation, reminding the people that salvation comes from within, not from external forces. Noble Drew Ali also uplifted the role of women in nation building, declaring, "If you raise a man, you raise an individual, but if you raise a woman, you raise a nation." He recognized that restoring the dignity and knowledge of Moorish women was key to reclaiming the strength of the entire people. His mission was not just about historical reclamation, but about awakening the latent divine consciousness within the people, urging them to cast off the psychological chains of colonial misidentification and return to their rightful place among the sovereign nations of the earth. Through his teachings, he rekindled the flame of Moorish identity, giving his people the spiritual and legal foundation to restore their true status and fulfill their divine purpose.